your ingenious devices were marvels.
Thank you.
Fantasies, but marvels.
They do have pencil radios, you know.
They do, but it's cheating having all those gadgets.
Now that we have established that no one has a pencil radio, or a ray gun, or a laser beam, or that Mr. Benedict isn't going to self-destruct in 5 seconds, what are we going to do? Drink!
No, Miss Idea.
You two certainly do stay in character.
We try to.
Well, then, I suggest we have some food before you get bothered.
That sounds a trifle vulgar.
I agree wholeheartedly. Jane, perhaps you could make some small sandwiches. There must be something out there to slap between pieces of bread just to tide us over.
Yes, Miss Maxwell.
I hope she's not going to try slapping caviar. Sounds mushy.
I think this kitchen is definitely salami.
I don't suppose they have any cottage cheese.
Your Jack Club would eat a raw steak after he took it off his eye.
Look, about the cocktails.
I shall prepare some cocktails if you wish.
Gregory, do all butlers eavesdrop?
In your books, ma'am.
Oh, touche.
Martinis?
Oh, perfect. I have a bottle of Bombay gin. It's in that initial leather case in my luggage.
I have already brought in all the bags, and I have taken the liberty of placing the Bombay gin in the pantry. We only have gin.
Gregory, you're a true gentleman's gentleman.
Hey.
Well, now that we've taken care of the nourishment situation, what next?
Someone has to be in charge. Someone has to ask questions and discover clues and things.
Correct.
But which of us?
Well, Wit and I are a team, so we're out.
Why not you, Rodney? We'll take it in order of seniority.
I wish you wouldn't keep harping on age.
I was referring to experience.
Oh. Well, because I believe, actually, Miss Maxwell is somewhat older.
What was that, dear?
According to Mystery Writers Who's Who, you predate me by 3 months.
That is merely because I lied when my first book came out. I wanted the editors to think I was mature, so I said I was 20 when I was only 18.
Then it's settled. Rodney, you have the floor.
Oh, what a stupid line. You have the floor. What are you supposed to do with it? Polish it?
Mrs. Olive, there is a time and a place for your celebrated wit. This, however, is neither the time nor the place. Now, if I'm in charge, I must have a moment to think.
Plunge ahead. That's my motto. If you spend half the day sitting at your typewriter staring out the window, you get nothing written. I draw the lines.
Quiet, please. I wish to assess all that has happened and start the questions. Now, obviously, none of us did it. Therefore, it must be Gregory or Jane. Now, she is too young and naive to be true, and he is definitely an odd servant. Odd servants very often are murderers. Now, I'm something of a genius as a mystery writer. I've never fooled myself. I mean, there it is. It's a fact. I am a genius. Now, I created Jack Club. If I just act as he would, then everything should be solved promptly. He would know there's something rotten about these 2 servants. It's too hard to get domestics to have 2 of them just sitting around on this island. The thing to do is to eavesdrop and find out what they know. Now, if I can just get them alone. Ah, good. I got rid of the others. Now to get that naive girl and the odd servant in here and find out what they know. You can't beat imagination for getting things done quickly. Here they are. And remember, Rodney, you're tough. Like Jack Club. Tough as nails.
Good. They took a power.
How much time we got?
Hey, I could see you now.
You're a genius, Gregory.
I am the boss.
Was it tough rubbing out Summers?
Nah, it was just like sticking a knife in a wedge of camembert cheese.
Are you going to give it to the others?
If they get in our way, I'll sink them in the ocean and see men go us.
Let's do it anyway, just for practice.
Hey, let's get the ice and we'll have some fun later.
500 clams and uncut diamonds, emeralds and rubies. No dare in a dinghy.
The biggest heist in history. And it said the crown jewels will not be stolen sing from a tower, the boat delivers the diamonds, the helicopter arrives at midnight, and there will be our fun anywhere you like. Read, Capri, Detroit.
This is it. One big hoist and then it's easy street.
30 minutes and be in my midst. The truth.
I love the way you say the word choose.
Hang loose, hon. And you remember, you're mine. All mine.
The jewels, that dumb cluck. Little does he know once he gets them, it's Quitens for the boss. That's right, Quitens.
Hiya, baby.
Who are you?
They call me Jack Club.
Yeah, the private eye?
You tagged it, baby.
There ain't a hood in the underworld whose chin you ain't scarred, and not a hood's dame whose lips you ain't blistered.
So they tell me.
How'd you get here?
Swam.
You're tough, Jack Club. Whoa, tough.
So they tell me. Now let's level. The Jules is getting here in 30 minutes.
You heard?
I clean my ears with the barrel of my 22.
What are you gonna do?
The Jules go back to the Queen of Alania. And you, baby,
Yeah?
you go off with me. You're about to get blistered, baby. I hope you got unguentine in your lipstick.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Kissing you, baby. Kissing you hard.
Well, just lay off.
You didn't like it?
You're a dirty old man.
Come on, baby.
Just as soon kiss a dried sponge.
Well, that's not what you're supposed to say. This whole thing is going wrong.
The boss and I get the jewels, and you get a shib in the back, same as Jason Summers.
So, you lured him to his death, eh? I can see it now. He puckers up, he steps toward you, and Gregory knifes him.
Smarty Joe. I can't resist you.
Too smart to fall for that line, baby.
You wouldn't give me a kiss even if I begged you.
Not after that crack about the dried sponge.
I was only fooling. Come on. I like antiques.
Well, since you can't resist, maybe just one little smacker to give you something to remember and stir.
Oh! Ow! That hurts! It's a box. No, I mean it really hurts.
Why doesn't he walk
But
down?
he's got a head like a parrot, he make a lot.
Oh, I had no idea that was going to hurt that much. I mean, I have my heroes get hit on the head, they just shake it off and get into a big fight or something. You know, this really hurts.
What is going on down here? Who's yelling like that?
I mean, Mother, madam, I had to resort to violence.
Who are you?
Jessica, please.
Oh, my God, it's Jack Club. Thank goodness I have unguentine in my lipstick.
He's the murderer. There, Gregory. And she's his accomplice. And my head hurts.
The servants? No, Mr. Club, the servants never do it anymore. That's passé.
All right, I'll prove it to you. See for yourself. Go on over there. Go on. All right, Jane, this is it. The show. You either take him and the jewels, or me, Jack Club, without the jewels. No woman can resist me. I'm tough. All tough.
Okay, baby, what do you say?
She's got no choice, buddy.
Give me that. Here's my answer, old man. Bang!
I'm shocked. And it hurts. Oh, it's nothing like I thought it would be. I mean, I was right, hot lead ripped through his shoulder, but it's nothing like that. It just plain hurts. Hey, how do I expect my heroes to carry on after something like this? They ought to go to the hospital for weeks and get workman's compensation. Oh, guess it must be. I mean, I always thought of myself as a realistic author, but this getting shot and getting hit on the head twice in one book, that's not an easy matter at all. No, I am definitely not for reality. Now that I'm faced with a real murder, there's just one thing for me to do, and that's to shut up.
How much longer do we have to wait for you to assess all that's happened?
I have come to a conclusion. I have nothing to say except that the butler did it.
The butler?
Gregory, much too obvious, old man.
Don't call me old man.
Referring to your age, that's a term of endearment. Don't be so sensitive.
In my books, there weren't any butlers. They're from a different era.
Mark my words, the butler did it.
Cocktails, already.
Thank you, Gregory. It would appear the only thing he did was to make drinks.
I would bring one of those.
I would and will.
Well, you better have him take a swallow first.
Oh, nonsense. You've got a Roman emperor complex.
Still, Rodney may have a point.
Gregory, do you mind?
Not at all, sir. I don't normally drink on duty, but since you requested it,
Not too dry?
perfection.
Thank you, Gregory. I shall serve them. Jessica? Mildred? There we go. Brad? Please. And Ronnie. Well, are you satisfied now?
It must be a slow acting poison. Wait a minute.
Then we'd hear a gurgling gasp, wouldn't we?
Gurgling gas, alliteration. I like that.
What do you suppose a gurgling gasp sounds like?
Exactly like that.
Anyone want to go take a look?
I'm not budging off this spot. I don't react well to dead bodies.
Wait, go and see if Gregory's tossed off the mortal coil.
I can't. I'd spill this tray of martinis.
Then it's up to me. I have a strong stomach.
If the butler's passed over, Rodney, that sort of knocks your theory into a cocked hat, doesn't it?
Well, maybe he drank the martini knowing it was poisoned, but realizing he was caught.
Oh, twaddle.
I love bad unruly.
I wish Brad would hurry back. I'm dying for one of these, but not if they're lethal.
He's dead, all right.
Now things are getting exciting. 2 down and 5 to go.
Poor guy looks terrible. Twisted up like a pretzel.
When I have someone poisoned, I just say he grasps his throat and falls over dead.
Must have been agonizing. Want to take a look?
I wouldn't. We're running low on brandy.
Just smell this glass you drank out of.
If the murderer has any sense at all, it will be odorless. That's what I always use.
Woo!
It smells worse than moonshine.
Now smell the others.
What will that prove?
Well, whether just one martini was poisoned or all of them.
They smell all right.
Oh, good. Now we can drink them.
Have you no compassion at all? I mean, first Summers and now Gregory dead.
Look, that's in the past, old man. It's the future I'm thinking of. And I can see a drink in mine. Here, here. Cheers.
If only one of the drinks was poisoned, it mustn't have mattered who got it. I mean, the murderer didn't seem to care which one of us drank it.
Well, we're all suspect. And we kept a sharp eye on each other.
Of course, darling.
Wrong. After we carried poor old Summers upstairs, Brad and I washed up afterwards. Separately, of course. And then Jess went to get brandy when Rodney collapsed. Mildred went to the ladies. While we were waiting around for Rodney to take over the questioning. There you are.
Well, obviously I'm exonerated.
No, you were hovering by the tray when Gregory brought it in. You could slip something into it.
Well, for that matter, so could you.
Now that you brought it up, yes.
So any one of us could have slipped something into the drink or into the glass before the drink was mixed.
Isn't it marvelous? We're all still in the running.
Did you expect anything else? It's too soon to find out the guilty party.
What about the maid?
Jane, hadn't we better tell her?
Oh, she'll find out soon enough.
How?
Like that. She was bound to stumble over him sooner or later.
Help! Something terrible!
Has happened. That's a trite line, dear.
We all know Gregory is dead.
He's just lying there in the pantry.
And you're properly hysterical. Good throw. Come along and I'll make you a nice cup of on. I'll be right back. Pick up your feet. You stumbled over it once already. That's right.
Mildred's quite calm about this, isn't she?
Oh, now don't start pitting us against one another. Those are such boring scenes.
Well, then if there's someone else here on the island, hadn't we better set out and find him?
Or her. Always say him or her. Never narrow down the field until you're certain.
Well, let's search the island.
Useless.
Why?
It always is. If you'd paid attention to the older genre of mysteries like Mildred's and mine, you'd know we're alone here.
Hadn't we better make sure
Oh, I suppose you're right.
we'll all go off in different directions and scour the place?
But it won't take long.
I'll go this way, Whitney, you that way, Rodney towards the north, and Jess, you take the upstairs.
Oh, good. I don't want to scrape my heels on the rocks. These are eye miller shoes.
Ready and go.
Oh, where are you going?
This young fellow thinks we should search the island.
Waste of time. Naturally, we're all alone here.
I know that. The Olives know that. You know that. He doesn't know it.
Then we'll prove it to him. Where do I go?
You take the wine cellar.
I'll trade with you.
I'm giving you this. Ready and go.
Which way's north again?
That way.
I wish someone would move this body.
Caught you!
Whitney Olive, don't you ever do that to me again?
I knew you'd come back here like a homing pigeon.
What about you?
I hate solitary alcoholics.
All this searching business is ridiculous. But we do have to humor the younger generation.
You know, this is a well-made martini. Too bad he died.
Wit. I feel terribly guilty.
Look here, you didn't do it, did you?
Of course not. But here we are, up to our collective necks in 2 murders. And I'm not as nervous as I should be.
That's because we're used to it.
But only in an imaginary sort of way.
Yes, the whole thing doesn't seem real somehow.
Why don't we just solve it and get on with our writing? We're not going to meet a deadline with bodies lying about the corridors and not knowing who did it.
Do you think we could solve it?
Of course, darling, we've solved every murder we've ever been involved with.
But that's because we knew who the murderer was before the crime was committed. This time we're not working backwards.
It might be rather fun starting from the top. Now, we know it isn't any of us. I mean, a mystery writer committing murder would be dirty poor, wouldn't it?
Oh my God, yes. Dishonorable discharge from the Mystery Writers Guild.
Then it must be Jane.
Oh, she's awfully pretty.
Do you remember the case of the 2-legged secretary?
Intimately.
It was your idea to have the pretty girl the murderess, and it went into a second printing 2 weeks after publication.
You're right.
I usually am.
And you're conceited, too.
So then, if it is Jane, what would we do if we were writing it?
Oh, have her found committing another murder.
No. We'd have her make some idiotic slip, and then the beautiful and brilliant wife, the partner created after me, would say something like, "Aha, you slipped up that time."
I'd rewrite that line, but go on.
So all we have to do is to get this Jane to make a stupid mistake.
But how?
Well, you're half of this writing team. Give me a little help.
I'm trying.
Here she comes now. Be nonchalant.
You look so nonchalant.
Thank you, darling.
I wish I could be that calm, but every time I come out of the kitchen, I have to step over Gregory.
Oh, you're working under a great handicap, but the sandwiches do look delicious.
Salami?
Salami.
Where's everyone else?
Searching the island.
They will not find anyone else on Vulture's Vault. Gregory and I have been here for 2 days, and we never saw a sign of a soul.
You were here alone?
Together.
Yes?
Were you lovers?
Of course not. What a thing to say.
Jess, you're letting your imagination run away with you.
Well, we always have a bit of sex in our books, don't we?
did you know her?
We never met until we got all the lunch to come here. You see, I've been out of a job because I've been ill. Up until last January, I worked for Mrs. Plato Onderdon.
We've never met her.
A truly kind woman. She paid for all my hospital bills.
Did she take you with her between houses, New York and Newport?
Oh, yes, indeed.
And out on the yacht?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Aha, you slipped up that time.
Oh, no.
I said I'd rewrite that line.
Don't you see, Wit?
See what?
Mrs. Plato Onderdonk doesn't own a yacht. She gets seasick in her bathtub. That was your mistake, Jane. You revealed your true self.
All right. I did it. I killed the two of them.
Darling, you did it. You're a marvel.
Thank you, darling.
What's the matter with her?
Well, you stopped imagining her with her, so she stopped too.
Are we going to leave her here like that?
Well, it's the end of the story. Close the book.
That's not how it would turn out if she did commit those 2 murders.
Probably not.
Jess,
What, Wit? What, Wit?
Jess.
What? Oh,
she would do something desperate, wouldn't she?
You're damn right she would.
Ooh.
oh, I don't like this at all.
You stupid fools. Of course I'll do something desperate. I'll kill the 2 of you.
No, you mustn't kill the authors. That's like shooting the hand that types you.
I realize.
You first, Mr. Rowland. If you have anything to say, say it fast.
Could I have another martini?
Here it comes.
Stop! Stop it, both of you! I'm writing half of this, and I say stop it. Oh, thank goodness. Come over here, Whitney. What went wrong?
Well, we finished the story, but there were a few extra pages.
Do you mean that would happen at the end of all our books if they were real?
Possibly.
Well, I've definitely decided. I don't approve of or take any delight in real murders at all.
Let's go back to our martinis and shut up.
Good idea. You were right about one thing, though.
I'd like to know what.
Well, Jane must be the murderer. There's no one else it could be.
Much too obvious. There's got to be a plot twist somewhere.
Stupid waste of time. There's nothing to be discovered out there, not even a decent rock formation.
Never mind, Rodney. We've made the impetuous young author happy. Merry Christmas!
Oh God, my calendar watch must have stopped.
Guess what I found in the wine cellar?
What?
Wine.
That's hardly surprising.
Looks older than your original horror story.
And much more tasty. Don't just stand there, Mildred. Open it and we'll have a toast.
Do anything in particular?
Our partnership. We've come up with some marvelous plot points already.
You're rather cold-blooded, you know. I suppose you'd like to bury them together with a twin tombstone reading, "Here lie 2 plot points."
Anyone find anything?
Well, Mildred discovered a marvelous decaying bottle of aged wine.
I must apologize to all of you. You were right. The island is deserted.
Live and learn.
Now, if everyone would listen to me for a moment, I suggest we bring Jane back in here and give her the 3rd degree. You know, under a bare bulb, while we sit around chewing gum and cracking nuts.
Because if it isn't Jane, then it's one of us.
Impossible.
Rodney, you have been consistently wrong ever since this evening started.
You think it's one of us?
It has to be. I just found Jane with her head sticking in the oven and the gas turned on.
Dead?
She wasn't baking an apricot upside down cake.
God, now that's a stupid line, Brad. Say something pertinent.
Did you turn off the gas?
Now that's pertinent.
It seems to me it's time we solve these crimes. Before you know it, we'll be dead. That's what always happens in those books by that woman, Agatha something or other.
Christie.
Yes, that's her. Why don't we take her theories and start from there? The guilty one is always the least likely one. Well, who's that? The one who was done away with first. He's only pretending.
Oh, well, that's old hat. Done to death. I even saw a play where it was used. Any Number Can Die by Fred Carmichael.
Never heard of him.
That theory doesn't hold water. Summers is dead, all right. Well, Whit and I carried him upstairs, and we know.
Agreed.
So much for Agatha Christian.
Oh, Christy, darling, Christy.
Oh, she'll never last.
Of course, it could be one of us.
How?
We all spent the night in that dreary hotel on the mainland. Anyone could have rented or stolen a launch, put it over here, killed Summers, gone back again, and shown up for breakfast. A squirt of urine in the eyes, And who would know? That's true. Except Woot or me, of course. We're married and sleep together, unusual as that may seem these days.
Except that either one of us could have given the other a sleeping pill and done it.
Oh, you and your big mouth.
Now that you've proved we're all potentially guilty, what next?
Well, maybe if we just say what's on our minds,
Well,
we'll hit on something.
Well, I'll tell you what my mind's on.
We know another drink.
Brilliant deduction, my dear Maxwell.
Well, what about you, Benedict? We don't know what you're thinking.
Well, it's just
Come on,
that
come on, speak up.
If I were to say what's on my mind, I'm sure none of you would agree with me. Why have you trained to think in a different era of time than you have? If I were like my heroes with their electronic equipment, I'd go back to just before we went to search the island, where Jane was killed. This innocent-looking thing is a honing device. I'd have planted one in each person, and then, with this innocent-looking pen, I could have listened in on any conversation they might have had. That's what I'd have done. Then, when they went to search the island, ready and go.
Which way is north again?
That way.
I wish someone would move this body.
Now to use this innocent seeming device.
For that peppy feeling, use Blood Pep every morning. It's time to stop being dead.
Right, Champ.
I thought I'd never get you alone.
It's Jane's voice.
I've got the plans, but we better not be seen talking out here. Even those stupid office might suspect something.
Who's she talking to?
Meet me in the living room. I've got the plans hidden away in a book. No, not now. Save the romance for later. All right, if you insist.
Those spies are all the same. Living room. It's here. I'd better conceal myself and find out who the master spy is.
Come on, hurry up before the others get back.
Where are the plans?
Keep your shirt on, I'm getting them.
Chaotic will pay millions for these, millions!
Here they are.
Ah, perfect. Every missile site on the eastern seaboard. Well, how did you get them?
The usual way. No one can resist my body.
The entire eastern seaboard?
In 6 days, I was slowed down in Jacksonville.
Incredible.
Now, I want what's coming to me.
And that's just what you're going to get.
I want the dough. This is no time to fix your hair with that innocent-seeming comb.
Your usefulness is ended, my dear. Now the plans are mine. All mine. But what to do with you? I know. The oven. Those stupid authors will never suspect Chaotix mixed up in this. They're too concerned with themselves.
That's it. Now to use this device and listening to what he's doing with that poor child.
Good God, she's heavy.
He's getting old.
I'm not old, I'm just tired. Okay, down you go. Open comes the oven door. And on goes the gas.
Now for the showdown. The way I write it, I get the plans back and capture Rodney Duncan, the master's spy. Reality isn't so different from imagination after all.
Now to condense these plans onto a microdot on film. Oh, did you find anything on your search of the island?
Never mind the act, Rodney. Give me the plans.
Of course. Of course, Brad Benedict. Just as soon as I comb my hair.